Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. There's so much I want to get to. There's a lot going on, and I would like to get to it all. I definitely want to talk about all the comments that I got on this last video I did. Guys, if you haven't read some of the comments, you must go read them. No one trusts Harry. No one believes he's going over there to do the right thing. They think that he's going over there to secure his will for his, get his money right. They don't think that he's over there genuinely going to see his dad. They think it's a publicity stunt. People are upset that he didn't take the kids because King Charles never get to see the kids. And this would have been a perfect opportunity to do that. And no, you guys spoke. And all of you were on the same page saying, nope, Harry's a traitor. You don't trust him. He doesn't mean his father any good. He's a bad seed. And I would have to agree with you 100%. And he will always be a bad seed as long as he's with Meghan. She makes all the decisions. And even though he's out of the country visiting his father right now, she's still controlling him for wherever she is. And Harry can't be trusted. And since Harry can't be trusted, he's only given a little bit of information, to my understanding. But what I find so interesting is that the news people think that this is a time for reconciliation. And my thought about the reconciliation is that is so far from reality. Harry is not, I'm not expecting or seeing this big welcome since Harry jumped on a plane and went to go see his father. I think his father would be glad to see him in a way. But I do believe that King Charles knows that he can't trust Harry. And so the information that he gives Harry is probably not a lot. He probably knows as much as we know because he's good at running back and telling Meghan. And wouldn't Meghan put this in a book? Of course she'll put this in her memoir. And she wasn't even there. No, Harry can't be trusted. And all this is a time for reconciliation. No, just because someone is ill and gets sick doesn't mean that you forget about the damage and the destruction that this person is doing to them. Because it's not like he stopped. Harry and Meghan hasn't stopped their bullying. And so trying to bully the royal family, like Angela Lemon said, he's wanting his father to give Meghan a public apology. And they over there begging for money, in a sense. Okay. So anyway, I want to do another Angela Lemon because she's talking about things that I would like to talk about. Word on the street is Harry has touched down. He went to Clarence House to see his father, and he was there for about 45 minutes, and then they left. And so, is that enough time to see your dad? I don't think so. I don't get this. Is so strange to me that these newscasters, think that Harry's going to go over there and get this good reception from his father and be like, welcome home, son. I love you and I forget everything that you said. Guess what's going on with me today? This, and that. No, they don't trust Harry. Harry is like a foreign spy. So since he's a spy, this foreign spy that is related to the king, he has to be dealt with a long-handled spoon far, far away. Now, some of you, most of you, all of my subscribers said Harry didn't go over there to see his father because he was missing him and loving him and was scared that of his health scare. Harry ran over there to check on his estate, his will, make sure he's going to be in good, and da 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 da. That's what I got from all of you. It was an amazing comments. I wanted to pin each and every one of your comments. I'm a pinner. I like to pin comments to the top, and sometimes comments may get not boot, but just go underneath a pin. But if I get pinned, there's so, when I put pin in there, I want you at the top. I want you at the top so people can hear what you have to say. And most and all of you should have been at the top, because you all were saying the same thing. It was amazing how you do not trust this traitor, and you're not ready to forgive Harry, and which tells me that the UK is not, and neither is his father or his brother or any of those people, any of the royal family that Harry tried to destroy and continues to try to destroy. And he tries to do that under the duress of his wife. And nothing's going to change. Just because his father is ill, nothing's going to change. He didn't change when Elizabeth passed away. He wasn't this... As a matter of fact, after Elizabeth passed away, he just flew the coop. Spare and therapy and docuseries and Meghan's mess. All of this drama Meghan created, all of this chaos she created, all this division that she created. What would have been the problem with Harry taking those kids to see their grandfather? King Charles is not on bed rest. He is moving around and functioning. It would have been a wonderful opportunity for Harry to bring those kids. But once again, Meghan ain't letting them kids out of her sight. Harry doesn't have that kind of control. Even if he wanted to take little Archie to see his grandfather, he couldn't, because she wouldn't let him. Meghan controls everything. And this is a publicity stunt. And I could hear Meghan in the background. This is what she's saying. Tell everyone that you're going to see your father right away and then go over there. But make sure when you go over there, you get all the dirt that you need to get. Make sure you remember everything. And if you don't, here's a microphone. She's the enemy within. And Harry allows her to be that enemy. And he's become the traitor. What, is Meghan going to run to her father's side when he have a stroke? She didn't. The other two times, she didn't run to his side. She is not about reconciliation. She's not about love. And her going over there was never a question. But how come she couldn't go with him, get a hotel, and take those kids so they can see their family? Okay, let's listen to Tom Bauer. Here we go.
Set up by Harry and Meghan, who cause endless trouble with their big mouths.
And of course, Harry's flying back today to see his father, Tom. We were saying earlier in the programme, would the king be able to tell his son what sort of cancer he's got? Because he has got a bit of form, I'm afraid, for being indiscreet about matters royal. And of course, if it was to leak and the finger was pointed at Harry, that would cause even more problems.
So we have a scenario that, so Prince Harry, of course, has touched down in the UK. And this commentator is talking about if Harry gets there and then King Charles opens up to him and tells him what kind of cancer, wouldn't the whole world know? Wouldn't it leak? Wouldn't it get leaked out by Meghan and Harry? Aren't they the two biggest leakers? In other words, Harry cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted at all.
in their already very strained relationship?
Well, he's indiscreet, Harry. I mean, he does everything to promote himself and has caused huge problems by his disloyalty and treachery, and I must say as well, his lies.
His disloyalty and his distrust. He's already caused enough damage. And so why would anyone open up to Prince Harry and tell him what's really going on when we know he's going to run back and tell his Jezebel, and then his Jezebel is going to run out and tell us, and then she's going to twist the story and make it into something a lot worse. Oh, Harry went over there and they didn't treat him right, or he went over there and William had a fight with him on a dog bowl. Just something stupid. Just stupid. No, she is no longer in the royal arena. She's no longer accepted in the royal arena, meaning the royal household. It is a shame that she put herself on the outs like that. Because if it was my grandfather's husband's grandfather, oh, we all would have been taking a trip. And even in the state that, just say that even in the state that she's in right now, I still would have went with Harry and took the kids. But Meghan doesn't have a heart like that. She's not thinking of that. She's not thinking, well, you know, if this is serious for King Charles, wouldn't it be great for him to get to see his grandkids? No, Harry pops up alone. I would have been like, where are the kids? Why you didn't bring the kids? Because Meghan won't let me.
So I find the return of Harry at the moment very suspicious. I think it's very much because the king pleaded for some sort of reconciliation, but because he's after it is his son, and I'm sure the king feels some guilt about the divorce with his mother, with Diana. But I wouldn't trust Harry at all. I think he's got form for disloyalty. I think his wife has got absolute form for never reconciling with her own family or friends.
Reconciling with her own family and friends. She wants Harry to have division. She wanted him to split with his family. She is the one that made the announcement that because of her shenanigans that, you know, he lost his father in this process. You don't lose people, Meghan. You throw them away. Losing someone is when they go for good. But neither one of them have gone anywhere. Your father nor King Charles are still here on this earth. But according to you, not Harry, according to you, he's lost his father in this process. Doesn't look like he lost anyone because he did what you didn't do. He got off his butt and went to go visit his father. Whether it was publicity, whether he was doing it because he loved him, or whether he was doing it because of whatever reason it was. Whatever, even if he did it because of the wheel, if he did it because he wanted to get more dirt, the point of the matter of the fact is that Harry went to go see his father. That doesn't give him a pat on the back. No, he is a long way from redemption because he's first got to recognize that he had a problem with this Jezebel. He's got to first admit that he's done something wrong. Meghan controls everything from wherever she is. She's already schooled him on what he needs to do when he get over there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had a tape recorder on him. That's how treacherous this person is. Meghan doesn't care when there's an illness, if someone's sick, or if someone has passed away. Look how she treated Queen Elizabeth's funeral with the Netflix crew and had a mic on her. And then Harry had a mic on him. They treated it as an opportunity to get more crap. And that's why the family is like, stay away with these antics. And then everybody wants to know if they're going to reconcile. Is everybody going to have a kumbaya moment? Is everybody going to be like, oh, come on in, Harry, let's have some cake? No, they're going to stick to the topic and talk about very minute things that don't mean anything, because Harry can't keep anything to himself because he's going to run home and tell his Jezebel. So it's just, again, a Jezebel can put it in a book or start lying and leaking stuff because she just got through naming them two in a book. Meghan's out for blood, war. She's not out for reconciliation, forgiveness, and all of that other stuff. She's plotting and planning right now. And I don't know what she's plotting and planning. But I'm pretty sure she's upset that we ain't talking about, it ain't about her right now. Her parking lot moments and all of that, because Meghan loves to be talked about. Let's continue.
And former husband. So I think that Harry's arrival is not good news. And I think it's very much part of Harry.
His arrival probably wasn't good news for everyone. I can't see Charles jumping for joy that his son is coming home, but I'm sure he didn't mind seeing him because that is his son. And I'm sure he wants him to reconcile with the family, but ain't nobody talking to Harry because he's a traitor. As long as he's with her, that's not going to happen. Okay? It is publicity. It is publicity for him. Whether he went, for whatever reason he went, it's still publicity. It's still in some people's eyes. Oh, he went home to see his dad. Oh, that is so wonderful. It's so great. No, because you can't trust Harry. You just can't. I do believe it does look good on his part that he went home. And I doubt it very seriously if his wife was encouraging him. No, she talks about them really bad to her husband. And her husband sits there and listens to it and believes it. And then they start talking about it on live TV.
On a self-promotion trip.
Tom Bauer said he shouldn't have never went. It was a mistake. It was a publicity trip for him. Some of y'all say he was over there trying to look at the wheel.
To give himself publicity, to give himself some sort of fame, a moment in the spotlight. Because after all, we must remember that when the king...
the prodigal son is going home to check on his dad. And like you guys said, the prodigal son came home apologetic. He came home apologizing to his father and understanding what he did was wrong. Harry doesn't think that he's doing anything wrong, I guess. Anderson Cooper asked him, and he said no.
His prostrate problem was announced. There was a deafening silence from California.
Yeah.
Harry never announced that he hoped his...
So, it ain't even word on the street. According to Tom Bauer, and a lot, he didn't reach out to... He didn't make an announcement saying that, oh, I hope my daddy and Catherine are doing well. He wasn't concerned then. They were at the Bob Marley concert. They were at Jamaica. They was not worried about King Charles and Catherine's health. And you can't tell me that they didn't know a little bit more about it than we did. Because I believe King Charles let Harry knows what's going on as much as we know. I hope that makes sense. No, he went over there for publicity. He went over there to get recognized and say, oh, look at me going to see my dad. Aren't I the good son?
Father would have a speedy recovery, anything like that.
And the Princess of Wales, of course.
What are they now?
Yeah, and thank you, Tom. And the response to Princess of Wales, Tom Bauer there.
I agree with what Tom said about her, I'm afraid. I think he can't be trusted, and I do think this is... Look, I can't put my mind... I can't get into his head, but I think this is a lot about how this will look back in the United States.
Probably.
Son goes off to chop.
Yep, publicity, how it's gonna look in front of everybody. Oh, he went home to see his dad. Look at him, he's the good son. excuse me, but the opposite side to that, or his wife, it just, you cannot talk about the subject without talking about her father and how she didn't go see him. But then she's all keen for Harry to go see his father, and he's got cancer, but her father had a stroke, and she's all, oh, Harry, go see your dad. No. Will Meghan go? Will she go? I'm going to pause it, guys.
And
Here we go.
I thought also the fact that he'd stayed in another night meant that they were looking for something, and they found it.
What do you think he will find with Prince Harry?
Well, that's the point, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people saying, oh, this will be the repairing their relationship. But I think it's how Harry behaves that matter. He hasn't wanted to see his father unless he promised to apologise for not treating Meghan properly and for not giving him enough support. And it's also as if he's had a list of several hundred things that he goes back to his early childhood. So we will have to see. I think it's going to be very difficult for Harry, not the king, who's always loved him and always had a door open. But as far as Harry is concerned, he's a very changed person. He's very hard. And he's very determined, and he has to please Meghan. So it'll be very difficult to him between choosing whether he does do what Meghan tells him to do and what he wants to do about his father. He was very, very close to his father when he was younger, far closer than William, who is now very close to his father. And it might just open something in his heart that will make him feel that he's very lucky to have a father like that, and very grateful for all the things he's had. But on the other hand,
wouldn't that be like a miracle if Harry went home and realized that, oh my God, what have I done? Oopsie daisy, I'm so sorry, Dad. I made a big mistake by marrying this woman. I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in, and I really don't know how to get out of it. That's what I would tell my father. If I was in a cult-like situation, I'd be like, I don't even know how I got myself into this. I don't know how to get out. I would ask for help. Can you help me get out? The problem is my kids. She won't let me bring them over here. Why wouldn't he bring the kids? It's, to me, that was evil. Evil. Once again, there was an opportunity for King Charles to see his grandkids, and especially during a time where he's having health scares. But no, Harry is under a spell. He's under Meghan's spell. And whatever she says, whatever she tells him to do, that's what he's going to do. He is under a spell. Somebody call it a narcissistic spell. We'll call it what you want. But Harry is not thinking for himself. He is a traitor, and he can't be trusted. Even though he's running back home and doing this stuff, he has proven to us time and time again that he cannot be trusted.
he does have a very difficult wife who runs their relationship.
He has a difficult wife that runs the relationship, control over. She's in full capacity control of Harry because Harry has the control to stop this, to stop Meghan's shenanigans, stop her from leaking things, stop her from writing a memoir, stop Scobie from naming some people in a book, stop this shenanigan stuff. Like King Charles said, go visit Harry's father, Meghan's father. You haven't even met him yet, and he has had 2 strokes, but the woman that you're in love with, you don't even know her father. That ain't how we do it over here in America. You got to get permission from the dad before you can take the hand of the woman in the first place. You got to get permission from the parents. Isn't that what William did with Catherine's? They have a wonderful relationship. Harry don't even know anything about Meghan. He know her now, but he didn't know her before. And the celebrities didn't know Meghan, so Harry couldn't find out through them how she was like. Then nobody had ever worked with her. She was a D-lister. All the people at her wedding was A-listers.
A way back into the forefront of the royal family for Harry.
Here we go, trying to squeeze him back in. No. She has to be gone first. He has to break off from her control, from her narcissistic, from her. We're having a live on Thursday, by the way. So get ready. It's going to be at 1:30 Central Time, American time. I think that's 8 or 9 UK time. So don't miss it. I'm going to put it out there today or tomorrow. So you guys, I'm giving you guys a heads up. We're going live on Thursday.
Well, there are lots of coulds, but it's actually dependent on what Meghan thinks, isn't it? I mean, she can't stand this country, and she does really dislike the royal family very much. So he's going to have a difficult time. I think it will be a real shock for him, and perhaps he shocks him into realizing that he's had a tremendously good life. But
Meghan hates the country. She hates the family. And she hates everything about Harry's family. Well, if you hate everything that he comes from, then how can you love the man within that? How can she say that you love me? How can she say she loves Harry if she doesn't love what's everything about him, his culture, his family, the institution where he comes from? She complained about it the whole time she was over there. She never wanted to be a working royal. She just wanted the titles. She just wanted the accolades. She just wanted the notoriety. But she didn't want to do the work. She didn't want to go over there to Africa. Well, let her tell it. Let her tell it. She gonna lead by love. That stupid stuff. You don't know the meaning of the word, where it comes from, how to lay it out, that ain't love. That is not love. Treating your husband's family in such a warlike way is just disgusting. I can't wrap my head around why Harry would allow this woman to talk and treat his family in his country in such a disrespectful way without just snapping and telling her, look, you married me, you married my country, you married my family, and you married the institution. If you don't want to do this rodeo, honey, then listen, there's the door, skadoodle, but leave my 2 kids right there because you married into something, sweetie. No. Harry ain't strong enough to do that. He let her take the wheel. He let her get in control. And when she did, she is wreaking havoc. How do you hate everything that you are supposed to love about your husband? If you hate where he comes from, if you hate his family, then why do you love him? He looks just like them. He's a part of them. He comes from that world. He sounds like them. He's about them. No, because you don't love Harry. She's not capable. People that treat people the way she treats people can't love people. The way she treats people, love is nowhere in there. So her community and all this other fake stuff that she pretends to be, Angela Living is calling her out and letting us know that Harry has no control over this visit or any other visit that he does. That Meghan is probably in his pocket. A little small version. No, don't say that. Ask him this. Ask your father what kind of cancer is it, so we can leak it. So I can put it in my memoir. So we can continue to trash.
But the thing is that it's difficult to trust him. If you remember, after the Prince Philip died, about 5-10 minutes after the funeral, he rushed up to his father and said, you know, that he was not having enough money and he was not listening to him enough. And then his father said to both him and William, you know, please, boys, don't make my final years a misery. That was alleged that he said, and Harry sold that to a TV program and earn some money. So we have to be very careful that he doesn't do something like this again. Goes back home and then says all the details of what he's had. And I hate to be so negative like this, but this is a very different Harry. It's a hard nut Harry now.
Yeah, and lots of people feel once bitten, twice shy when it comes to Harry. What about his brother in all of this, Angela Levin? Because, you know, this is somebody who's estranged from his brother. He's lost his mother in tragic circumstances, recently lost his granny, who was one of the few who understood the responsibility he faces. One of his uncles is disgraced, and now his father and wife, both unwell. He must be feeling incredibly lonely right now.
William is not lonely. That's that stupid stuff. He's got a wife and 3 beautiful children. He's got a whole country that loves him and a whole family. He's not lonely. He just probably a lot of weight on his shoulders because he's going to have to take on some responsibilities. Some of you said that Charles may advocate, and I hope I'm saying that right, which would mean that they would give him the throne, give William the throne, and he would rule and be the next king of England. That's going to make somebody so jealous they ain't even going to be able to sleep at night. Meghan or Harry. There's no reconciliation. He is going to make it very clear that he is protecting his wife, especially now that she's healing from Harry. No, you can't come over and visit. You can't see the kids. You can't. If we can't see your kids, you can't see ours. That's what I would tell him. Oh, where is a little bit and Archie? Oh, you couldn't bring them? Our kids are at school. They're at school, and when they get done with that, they got after school activities. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. No, I don't know. He could or couldn't. But do you guys think that Harry is missing his niece and nephews? You can't tell me. He came from a family of love. And to be taken from that and just be used by Meghan any old kind of way, you can't tell me. Maybe he may get over there and realize, what have I done? No. If he'll see the damage. Maybe when he realized that his brother is never going to speak to him again. He doesn't trust Harry. Why would he trust Harry around his wife that just got out of surgery? So he can go over there and take notes and go tell Meghan. Because he done already told us that William said, don't tell your wife something. And he went right back. He told the world. The world. He told us all. He went from telling nobody to telling us all. And I don't believe the story. I don't believe that Harry was being bullied or got beat up by his brother. That's that stupid stuff. I think William, whatever it was trying to tell him that there is something wrong with your wife. And there still is. Hello? Only she would treat you like this, Harry. Only she treats you like a child and won't let you go get your kids and bring them home. He has no control.
Harry said to me when I was writing his biography, we couldn't be more closer than we are. You know, we trust each other totally. We are together. We have the most amazing relationship because we've had the same experiences.
What happened to that? What happened to brotherly love? We were like this close, two peas in a pod. Just, nothing could take us apart. Your brother stood next to you at your wedding. He supported you through this Jezebel trickery stuff. And then when he tried to talk to you, you plugged your ears because Meghan had took full-blown control. And now, during a time of illness, you and your wife is in Jamaica on a private jet, shaking hands with a prime minister that said that he is getting rid of the monarchy from his country. And then you over there shaking hands with him and hanging out. And they're supposed to trust you. I don't think William thinks about it. I really don't. I don't think it's a concern. I think that he has grieved enough and realized that, Harry is a follower and not a leader. And that he has been led by this Jezebel to just wreak havoc. And that there's no communicating with Harry to get him to understand that he's in such a way. You would think one of them therapists that he hangs out with would say, listen, Harry, your wife is controlling you. He knows she's controlling him. And he scurries up like a little boy. When he's around her, he's nervous. He's all, you go first. I don't want to, But she fails to realize that people didn't come to see her. They came to see the prince. Oh, well, let's see what Angela's saying about William.
But now that's not the case. And William has got very used to Harry being rude and unkind, and actually also attacking his wife very rudely. And
that's where I believe William drew the line, is with his wife and his kids. And I'm sure he's like, oh, no. You are not going to treat and talk about my wife the way you have been doing it. And then we just be like, okay, come on in, brother. I miss you. I love you. Dad is ill. No, I know I wouldn't. Harry would have to come to me with it would take him a long time for me to be able to trust. I'm not saying that William doesn't love his brother. I'm saying that William doesn't trust his brother, and right now he is keeping him far, far away. Like the movie Shrek. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, it's far, far away. Okay.
That would cut him through right to the core, even more than himself, because he loves her and knows what she's given up and how happy she's made him. And so I think it will be very, very difficult time for William to actually manage all these things that he has to do. A wife that is recovering, but we don't know what from, a father who is got this problem now, and a lot of work leaning on him. And I think that's very, very hard for him. And it depends, he doesn't want to have anything to do with Harry at the moment. And you can't blame him because he's been so rude and told untruths about both William and Catherine. I don't know how you completely can change that. You run into each other's arms. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to completely turn over a relationship and forget all the past. I don't think people can do that.
Angela Levin, fascinating listening to you. Thank you very much indeed for your analysis.
Okay, let's play this one and then I'm going to let you guys go. This is Meghan's brother Tom Jr., okay? And let's see what they're talking about.
Unfortunately, had a few health issues as well. And I know that your father has unfortunately had a few health issues as well. And Harry and Meghan, I don't think were particularly involved there, were they?
No, there was no contact after his heart attack a few years ago, and there was no contact, no calls after a stroke a couple years ago, and that's just not right because
Meghan didn't call. She didn't write a letter. She didn't say, "Dad, are you still alive?" She didn't care. Would she have went to the funeral if something had happened? I mean, she smooth ghosted him, shut down, cut him out. And the reasons why she said she cut him off, it doesn't add up. It's not enough to cut off a father. This is her brother. I wish I had siblings. You do. One's taking you to court in November. While you sitting there treating Harry like your pet. He's a pet. He's an accessory to her. He does whatever she tells him to do, he'll do. Sit, stand, do it.
everything should be set aside when it comes to a family emergency. And that's the top priority, no matter what you have going on or what your differences are. And for them not to reach out or do anything, that's going to be hard to repair. That's good. Sincerely, I mean, how would you sell it?
Do you think there is any chance of reparation there?
It would take quite a long time. It would have to be sincere. I mean, almost on the level of a public apology. But I mean, it's very hurtful, and it should never be that way.
Yeah.
My dad.
The pain this woman causes, the pain that she spreads, the pain that she causes people. It's very painful. You can't tell me that King Charles is not wanting to see those kids. But the pain of her father not being able to see him too.
My father's always left the door open for reconciliation, and nothing has, came out of that.
He's begged her, pleaded with her, asked her, what have I done? I miss you. I love you. I'm your father. He can't believe the treatment that he's getting from his daughter. He said that she's changed since she's been in Hollywood. I would have to agree with that. She's got a new life on the red carpet. She's got her new Hollywood friends and her producers that she hangs out with. She's going to concerts and charity functions and, just doing whatever Meghan wants to do to make herself think she's popular. But then on the dark side of everything, the stuff that she wants to stop us from saying, like the way she treats people, is despicable. And the way she treats family is horrific.
It's just sad overall. It's just sad.
No, indeed. And look, do you have any kind of message for our king and the royal family who are obviously struggling?
Wait, I wanted him to, he had another video.
Interview with Meghan Markle's brother and Prince Harry's brother-in-law is Thomas Markle Jr. Thank you very, very much. Now, it's understood that the Duke of Sussex, that's Prince Harry, is going to fly back to the UK shortly. As we understand it, we've been told by sources very close to them that Meghan Markle will not be coming with him and they will not be bringing the children, Lilibet and Archie. Thomas, can I ask, why do you think that is? Do you think she's worried about being booed?
I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think it's the right time for her to go across. Actually,
you don't think it's the right time?
I think there's just
sorry.
No. I think just the news and everything. There's been so much damage and hurt done to the royal family. my family. I think that's going to be a while before she can get over there, but it's the right thing for Harry to do. Nothing else matters when there's a family emergency, when it comes to a health issue, especially. That's the most important thing, and everything needs to be set aside, and that should be dealt with first.
Do you think this is a really good opportunity out of something really desperately sad, obviously, and very concerning? It's a good opportunity, isn't it, for rifts to be healed now?
Rifts to be healed now? No, you don't. Just because there's something that happens in someone's life, you don't forget about what someone has done to you. You don't be like, oh, come here, son, I'm sorry, it's okay. Whatever you said about me in a book is fine. No, you're like, wait, get back, go over there, sit on that side. Was he frisked before y'all brought him into this room? Pat him down. Pat him down for wires. Make sure he don't have any microphones on him. Keep his cell phone out of this room. Period. He is a traitor. No, it's not time to build relationships. It's just trying to check on your dad and hit it. You didn't bring the kids, so there's no sense of you staying another day or two for what? Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right circumstance, though. I think rifts have to be healed, sorted out the way in a certain manner. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time to repair your reputation and your relationship based on the damage and the hurt that's been done.
Yes.
But I don't think a medical emergency should be the basis for the mending of a relationship that's bad.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people will be thinking that it's absolutely right for Harry to come back. I think it is, undeniably, and Harry is doing the right thing.
Well, we also thought that it would have been a good idea if Meghan went to go visit her father after the wedding, since he had a stroke. No, she was too worried about her loneliness. I was lonely. No one's asked me how I felt. But that's just stupid stuff. She's the only person in the room that matters. That's what she's trying to let everybody know. It's about me, and me, and me. Whatever Harry's doing over there with his father is still going to be about me.
I think some people, to be fair as well, will think it's...
Thomas Markle Jr.'s sister is evil.
Absolutely right, that Meghan Markle does stay where she is and that she maybe takes care of Lilibet and Archie. The only issue maybe that I would have with that, as some people have raised already tonight on this show, is what kind of relationship do Lilibet and Archie really have with their grandfather, King Charles? And maybe this will be an opportunity for them to actually see him. What do you think?
Well, that's a very good point. Rightly so. Every grandfather should be able to see his grandchildren. Including my father. He should be able to see his grandchildren. And to hold them back is the worst thing you can do to a family. It's like you're driving wedges in between a relationship that should just, should be there.
I know that your father has unfortunately had a few health issues as well, and Harry and Meghan, I don't think were particularly involved there, were they?
No, there was no contact after his heart attack a few years ago, and there was no contact, no calls after a stroke a couple of years ago, and that's just not right, because everything should be set aside when it comes to a family emergency, and that's the top.
This is who we're talking about, Meghan Markle. She doesn't care. She doesn't have a heart. She doesn't feel. She doesn't let these kids see their grandfathers on either side. She's keeping them locked up in this tower. Rapunzel. I'm going to let you guys go. There's one more I want to hear. Okay, last one.
Morning, mate. Live in the studio, social commentator and Jimmy News regular is Albie Amoncona. Now, Albie, thank you.
Good evening.
Very much. Great to have you in the studio. Now, Prince Harry will be obviously coming back to visit the King without his wife or his two children, as we understand it. But I saw that you tweeted something earlier on, branding the ongoing separation between King Charles and his two grandchildren cruel. Could you tell me a bit more on that, please?
Well, I think like everyone in the country, I was shocked and saddened to hear the news about King Charles III earlier on today and his cancer diagnosis, and I commend him for being public about it, and I hope it does encourage more men to be open about their health struggles. But on the point about Prince Harry coming, I think that is a good thing. It is absolutely a good thing. But I think it is cruel and wicked, in a sense, for grandchildren to be separated from their grandparents for no apparent reason. And I would implore Prince Harry to be bringing along those two
cruel and wicked. Wicked. It's wicked and cruel. It is very wicked and cruel the way Meghan is separating her kids from the grandparents. They're missing out on a grandparent's love. My daughter loves Mama and Grandpa and all of them. She blows them kisses. She loves them. It's nothing like a grandma and a grandfather's love. It is nothing like it. It is so beautiful to watch and to see. And for Meghan and Harry to be this wicked, to not even take the kids over there. This would have been a great opportunity.
And children, who I'm sure the King loves very much, over to the United Kingdom to get to know and love their grandfather, the King. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, it would seem, barely even know him and might not even remember him if they don't get the chance to meet him soon.
And you think that would be, again, another wonderful opportunity, really, for this reconciliation? And it's important as well to frame this in.
If she hates the royals so much, I don't understand why she married him. If she hated his family so much, she was lying. She was conniving and sneaking and being manipulative. And now she's keeping these kids away from their grandparents.
Yeah, the tone of this is, I think everyone wants reconciliation. Nobody has enjoyed the kind of division and the hatred and the disagreement that we've seen spill out everywhere in the royal family at the moment. And it is something that comes up time and time again, and comes up time and time again in the GB Views inbox as well. I will go to that shortly, which is about, surely Prince Harry's kids have got to get to know the King at some point.
Well, speaking from personal experience, Patrick, one of the most important relationships in my life has been the relationships that I have with my two living grandparents, Yao and Elizabeth. One of them 87, the other well into their 90s now. And I think it has been such a privilege and an honour to know them, when I know that there are so many other people who never got the chance to meet their grandparents because they were no longer with them when they were alive. And with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, they have grandparents that are alive, but they're not in touch with them. And I just can't help but feel that is desperately sad. And I really do hope that this can be a chance for reconciliation. And I really do hope that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet can get to know their family here in the United Kingdom.
We'll see. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. If you haven't subscribed, please check and hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. It's awesome. I owe it all to you guys. Thank you. If you're a new subscriber, I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to come up with more and more different videos that I can share with you. One said do a makeup tutorial on my members page, so I'll do that. What else do I want to say? I encourage all of you, the video that I did yesterday about the prodigal son, read those comments. Those comments were really good. And everybody was saying the same thing. It was so interesting. I learned so much from you guys. And I realized that we're on the same page here, that we don't trust Harry. We know that he is not to be trusted because he's with this woman, this Jezebel that controls him. And he's still making poor decisions by not allowing his kids to come home and see their grandfather. That's how much control Harry has in the household. 0. I'm going to let you guys go, but before I do, please share the video, like and subscribe. Please get the word out. We want to reach 4,000, and we're gonna do like a little celebration or whatever. But know that this Thursday we're going to do a live at 1:30. I'm starting to probably do the lives every Thursday. I don't want to commit to that and then I'm not able to. So that's why I kind of tell you week by week. But as of right now, I should be doing a live at 1:30 Central Standard Time in America. And I think it's about 8 or 9 o'clock your time at night. But before I go, I also want to talk about a little bit of U.S. news at the Grammy Awards, where Jay-Z got up and spoke. He had got an award, a Grammy Award, and his daughter, Blue Ivy, was standing next to him. And he gave a speech. He was talking about the Grammys. But he was insulting everybody there. I really believe that he was being very insultive. You know, he was like, no one's better. You know, everybody out here is not that great. You know, and then he said something about, you know, pretty much his wife not getting the album of the year. You know, and it's an award. I get it. I get that it's an award show. You want a Grammy and all this other stuff. But Beyonce has it going on within her own right. She does. She has it going on. She just did a Renaissance that was like, $600 or $700 million gross on that. They're billionaires. And you're running around complaining about an award. It's just that stupid stuff. And you know what? If you want to complain about it, write them a letter. But don't get up on the stage when they invite you there and then start talking about them. It was real distasteful. You got to check it out. It's type in Jay-Z's speech at the Grammys, and it just deliberately turned me completely off on him. Like, I used to just think it was just Beyonce and Jay-Z. Okay, they're a great couple. Now I look at him differently because he really made himself look entitled. Like, he wasn't grateful. You know, like, oh my God. Like, you have everything the Lord could possibly have given you. A beautiful home, beautiful kids, a talented, beautiful wife, and money that just out of the wazoo, and then you're complaining about an award, and then you're going to say other talents wasn't great. Yeah, he said some of the talent wasn't that great, that it was in that category. And I'm like, who are you to say what was good and what wasn't? It was real. He was rude. I wish I could play the video, and then let me know if you want me to deep dive it. I can deep dive it. Okay. Now, I did see Celine Dion. She looked great. And I think Fantasia did a Tina Turner. It was great. I thought she did a great job. Don't forget to hit like, share, and comment, and subscribe. Love you guys so much. You know I love your comments. Please, please, please comment, because I love reading them and I love responding. Have a wonderful afternoon. Kisses.